Oh.
It tastes like beans.
Would you finish the plate?
Do I have to? Hey, my name is Ray. I'm from the Dominican Republic.
Hi, my name is Emanuele. I'm originally from Italy, but I'm also Dominican.
Hola, hola. My name is LeslieAnn, but you can call me Les. I'm from the beautiful island of the Dominican Republic, and today we're trying each other's mofongo. The mofongo originated in Puerto Rico, but I'm a firm believer that the best mofongo is in the Dominican Republic.
I love Puerto Ricans, and I get along with them. I have a lot of Puerto Rican friends, but I stick to my Dominican Republic flag. I'm sorry.
Mofongo is fried plantain mashed in with garlic.
A little bit of salt and oregano.
And then you need to use olive oil with it.
You can do it different ways. You can do sweet plantains, green plantains, even yuca. And for the protein, you can pick and choose.
I usually eat mofongo with salami guisado or shrimp guisado.
With mofongo, I primarily use un caldo, a broth, usually chicken.
You can do it with chicharrón, which is the typical one. You can also do it with cheese, chicken, longaniza, you name it.
Mangú is boiled plantain mashed up with butter and salt. Mofongo is fried plantain mashed up with garlic and other spices.
The cooking process is completely different. So therefore, the flavor and the seasoning is also different.
It's definitely an iconic dish. My mofongo dish today is a staple classic mofongo with just garlic, cilantro, pepper, and salt. Now, it does get more complex with the salami guisado because it has just a variation of peppers, onion, garlic, tomato sauce, all just cooked up in one pan. I made it with love and authenticity. It's my personal touch on mofongo, what I grew up with, what I love to make, and I make it special. I'm gonna win because I showed up and tried my best. One word to describe my mofongo is delicioso.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Okay, this person is Dominican. I see the salami, the way they cook it, they're Dominican.
It does not look typical to me. The mofongo outside is really hard.
I like the presentation, very cute. I see cilantro, I see garlic, very cutesy.
The meat looks like salami and it's not fried. And then I see a lot of maybe pepper around. A lot of onions for me, it's not ideal. Simplicity for me is better.
Okay. The flavor is there, the seasoning is there. I really like the way they cook the salami.
It tastes like beans. I'm not tasting plantains here. I don't know, I'm not sure about this.
My only feedback would be that I think when they made the mofongo, they didn't use either oil or butter. The outside is soft, but then on the inside it's kind of hard.
Okay, so now let's try the meat and mofongo together. Yeah, it's worse. Where is it from? That's a great question, though. For some reason, I would say Dominican, raised in New York.
Everything is well put together. I really like it. The flavor, like the combination, everything is well balanced out. I really like that.
Yeah, I taste a lot of pepper here. I do taste garlic. Probably they mix onions and garlic, and I wouldn't have done that with this dish. I would have made the mofongo maybe less salty, which probably is, and the salami less salty as well.
From 1 to 10, I'll give it an 8. Why not?
No more than 6. Less tomato, because it's guisado, and less onions.
Yes, I would definitely eat this at a restaurant. Knowing how critical my mother is, I wouldn't present it to her just because it's a little hard. I don't want to say mine is better, but I feel like mine is, in a pretty good level with this one.
Mine's better. Sorry. Mine's better. We got the best mofongo. First thing I did was mash the garlic, because if you put it with the oil, it's hard to mash it, so you don't want to leave the pieces too big. So I stuck to my roots and I used imported olive oil from Italy. You gotta be careful what type of oil you use and what type of salt you use. So I used Himalayan pink salt. This pork meat, which we call chicharrón, mixed it with the plantains together with the olive oil, the salt, the pepper, Plus, you also want to use a little bit of butter if you think it's too dry. Since I think about mofongo not as a primary dish, but as a secondary, you don't want to make it too flavorish. Es súper rico y lo tienes que probar. I think I will win because simplicity is the best.
Ooh, okay. This looks interesting. It looks like they mashed up the meat inside of the mofongo itself.
It's very simple. The presentation is not all that, but it smells really good. It smells like garlic, cilantro.
It smells garlicky, which is always a good thing. I feel like the presentation is a classic. Kind of looks a little dry, but let's give it a go. I'm not gonna judge it just yet.
I can see the garlic. It looks a little basic, but you cannot judge a book by its cover. Okay, so it's soft. They did a good job mashing or majando the mofongo.
Mine has the meat outside in a sauce, while this one has the meat mashed into it. It might be chicharrón, bacon. I'm not sure just yet.
Not bad. Not bad. I like it. So immediately,
I feel like it's on the blander side. It doesn't have as much seasoning as I would like.
I'm just more of a garlic lover. So in my opinion, I would have put more garlic on it and maybe some butter because it's a little dry.
Honestly, I don't taste any seasoning at all. Maybe because they were using chicharrón, they didn't want it to get overpowered with anything else. I don't think they cooked their garlic, which makes it really bitter.
Well, I'm a sauce girl. I love making sauce. So I would definitely add like a little sauce to the side, maybe on top of it. I'm a big presentation type of girl. In order for me to eat the food needs to look presentable. I'm not saying it looks bad, it looks great, but I just like my things to be a little cutesy and pretty.
This is edible. It's good.
Would you finish the plate?
Do I have to?
No.
Okay, good. So I wouldn't really present this to my family. I like my mofongo on the saucier side. This is very much on the drier side, and it needs a little bit more flavor, but it's really good. Honestly, just fry the garlic before you mash it in. It makes such a huge difference.
This is not Dominican seasoning. I'll tell you that. If I had to guess, I said somewhere from like, I don't know, South America?
I know this is not a Puerto Rican who made this for sure. They wouldn't leave it so plain and simple.
From 1 to 10, I would give it a 7.5. I think that's pretty fair.
I'll give this one a 6. Adding more elements, for sure. I feel like it was just not on my flavor palette.
So I made mofongo a la Leslie. Yes, I named it after myself. I deep fried the plátano for a bit. I let it cool, then I smash it. I used some butter. I melted the butter. I added oregano to it, garlic, and a pinch of salt. Then I made my own version of chimichurri because I just love chimichurri sauce. You have some chicharrón on the side. I deep fry also the chicharrón. And then you have some pickled onions. My special ingredient in my plate, believe it or not, is love. I cook with love. Cooking for me has always been a passion ever since I was a little girl. That's how I was able to connect with my root and also my family. I remember growing up, that's how I used to bond with my mom. So I feel like the way I cooked this dish today was somehow a representation of that bond. One word to describe my plate in Spanish: auténtico.
Okay, now this one looks good.
Trying to impress me with the decoration here. I'm impressed. Yep, beautiful.
Wait, and they did the pickled onion? Wait, this actually is really good.
I'll smell the pork first, because there's a lot of pork here. Decoration's good, but reminds me a little bit of a ramen because of the the pink onion, and it's raw.
The chicharrones on the outside, and I think in the inside, they have the sofrito on top. Ooh, it smells very oniony.
Definitely softer, a bit crispy, which is very good.
I think they chose really good meat. Like, this meat looks really, really good. I would give it a 10 just by the meat.
What I see on top, I see maybe it's tomato. I'm curious to try this one.
The texture, it's giving pretty crumbly. It might look dry, but I gotta taste it first.
Okay, so the plantain is good because it's not overcooked, it's not overfried.
Oh.
Properly, maybe we could have had a bit of more butter to make it more stickier. Yeah, it's good.
This person went full on with the seasoning inside. I feel like they added maybe a little bit of vinegar.
Cilantro, maybe too much. Cilantro, but it's good.
The meat saved this dish. El chicharrón lo salvó todo.
Crunchy, the right place. It's good. It's good. Quality fat, but not too much, which is very good.
They also added meat in the mofongo, which is really nicely like added in because it's not chewy. It's the actual meaty parts instead of the fattiness.
The blend is good because the plantain is not too salty and the meat is salty at the right point.
I don't taste the garlic. I need garlic in my mofongo. I feel like the vinegar ruins this. I feel like it's all over the plate. This is not giving garlicky, but it's good. It's not as good as traditional mofongo, but by itself, it's really good.
This one is better than the last one. This one is better than mine. It's close, it's close, it's close.
Maybe Puerto Rico, maybe Cuban because of like the sofrito on top. Okay, it's Dominican because I know Dominicans like sauteing onion in vinegar and salt. So this has to be Dominican, unfortunately.
I would say 7.9.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 4, and that's being nice. I would definitely order the chicharrón in a restaurant, but anything else on this plate, I think I would pass. I'm a very humble person, but I don't think I have competition with this one. I'm sorry. I just want to thank myself for waking up so early to make this with lots of love and appreciation.
Do better next time.
I mean, I understand that, maybe my dish was not everyone else's preference. A loss is a loss.
I already knew I came in here with the winning dish. There was no doubt about it.